All right, guys, welcome back with another Bible review video. I did just recently purchase this one for, guess you'd call it a little Christmas present. Want some extra cash at a work party, so I figure why not buy another Bible. This is one I've been looking at for a while. I'm really excited to show it. This is from the KJV store, and it is the KJV Wide Margin Study Bible with C.I. Scofield notes in their premium goatskin leather. So let's dive into this review. All right, so as you can see here, it comes in this nice red box here with this pretty good gold bottom cover there. It is, again, the KJV Wide Margin Study Bible, goatskin leather, and it is from the KJV store. I printed off some of their information straight from their website. We'll go through real quick. This is now available, the C.I. Scofield Note Bible from KJV store. It is now available in their premium goatskin leather, which you'll see here in a second. It features the same ultra premium quality goatskin leather found in the best known premium Bible brands such as Cambridge and R.L. Allen. Also, it is printed and bound in the Netherlands by Royal Youngblood, which obviously, as many of you know, if you've been into premium Bibles, is considered by many to be the finest Bible bindery in the world. And as such, in response to popular demand from their KJV store customers, they have endeavored to produce quite possibly the finest KJV Scofield Bible ever published. And after seeing it and handling it, looking through it, I would have to agree. So we'll get in here. And this is the old Scofield reference Bible, so it's not the new modern version that they've come out with. I guess I gotta watch the camera here. If you stick around too, I will compare this with a few other very nice premium Bibles that I have here so you can see the comparison. So we've got the wide margin, red letter, premium leather goatskin Bible from the KJV store. This is the first Scofield Bible with the widest margins ever made with it, which we'll get into and I'll show you here. Let's see, so we'll start with the outside. We've got, like I said, this beautiful goatskin leather. Very soft, supple. You can roll it, fold it, and right back to where it was. See the grain in there. I will be comparing this with the Schuyler Canterbury, the R.L. Allen Long Primer, the 63 Long Primer, and even Church Bible Publishers Water Buffalo Leather, so you can kind of see the comparison. Just right off the bat, feeling this, it almost kind of feels like a mix in between the Schuyler Canterbury and the R.L. Allen, and honestly, I kind of might like it better than the two of them. As you can see here, though, we've got the raised spine hubs. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got their embossed KJV logo, the KJV store, Wide Margin Study Bible, King James Version, red letter, Holy Bible. And this is a full yap, and it's a generous yap at that. It even overlaps, which you can see, very beautiful. I've grown to absolutely love full yap Bibles, especially when they get broken in. You can see the gold art guild, and this is their new red under gold. It reminds me a lot of the long primer from R.L. Allen's color. It's kind of roughly close to about that. What we see here on the inside, we've got a nice gold gilt line here, which is purely decorative, but I think it looks absolutely beautiful, especially when the Bible is laid open. You can see that. We've got the in sheet. The liner on the inside is split calf skin, and you can see it does go here. It is edge lined to provide durability and stress relief for the text block to provide many years of use. You can see the edge work here is just phenomenal. And like I said, it is full yap. It is perimeter stitched all the way around. And yeah, this yap, like I said, is very generous. Probably nearly an inch yap here. The pages are Smith's sewn, which is where they take groups of paper, or more professionally known, signatures of paper, and bind them together to the text block, again to provide longevity, durability of the Bible, as well as, you know, the lay flat, the flex of the papers. Smith's sewn pages provide extreme flexibility. Like I said, it has the Art Guild red under gold, as you saw here. This paper is a new paper they started using, and it is a premium French paper. It's called Prima Bible paper. It's roughly equates to a 32 GSM Bible paper. I have not written in it yet, but I believe it'll do just fine. We've got 3 burgundy ribbons here. They are, I believe, 3/8 inch, and it doesn't say specifically on their website, but I believe it is Beresford ribbons. You can see here with the burgundy head and tail bands as well. When we get to the trim size of this Bible, we have 7 1/4 inches. That is including the yap. 7 1/4 inches wide by 10 3/4 inches long, and the text block is about 1 3/4 inches thick. The text block itself, though, measures about 6.5 inches by 9 1/4, and it's about 1.5 inches thick. The text block itself. This is one of the first ever, if I'm not mistaken, wide margin Scofield note-taking Bibles that include the words of Christ in red, which we will get to that. I believe so what they did with the old Scofield is they took where does it come from? Oxford University Press, digitalized it and cleaned it up, so it's still the same font and text, but just a lot cleaner, more bold, more crisp, and like I said, the red letter in this is absolutely beautiful. Just kind of give you a better picture here. And there's some of that red letter. And it's like a blood red, a brick red. The contrast is very beautiful. Absolutely love it. As you can see, it's very, very readable. I believe it's a 9-point font. It is the complete 1917 edition of the study notes by Dr. C.I. Scofield. It is the complete Old Scofield references, which you will find here in the center columns. You have what's really cool about this study Bible is before every book you have a book introduction, and he always cites scripture references to explain where and why he's come up with what he's come up with for each book. And in between the New Testament, or the Old Testament and the New Testament, you do have a description of kind of what happened and what was going on from the silent years from Malachi to the start of Matthew, which you see here. And then we get into the New Testament, and he gives an introduction to the 4 Gospels, which is very neat and very cool to read. Then you see here, we get to Matthew. And so how this Scofield Bible works is you have the book introduction, so everything above this line is your book introductions. And then everything under it is the actual text of the Bible. And then where you see the notes is here underneath this line. This is all notes. And again, like I said, he uses cross-references all throughout his explanations. And just keep in mind, as men and study Bibles, their notes are not inspired. They are not the Bible. They are fallible men that write these. But what I like about him is he uses the Bible to explain his notes and why he came up with what he came with. So then you see here, if we go back, kind of an illustration on how to use the reference, the subject references. So for example, in Mark 1:1, it goes and shows you, if you look, so I keep bumping the camera, I'm so sorry guys. So you see here, the subject is the gospel, and what he'll do is he'll give you the verses that mention it and talk about it. So the following verses, which is verse 1 we're looking at, you have verse 14 and verse 15, and then you have the forward reference, which would be Mark 8:35. And what's cool about the references he gives you a starting reference and an end reference. So the very first mention in the Bible to the very last mention, which will follow along the whole way. So you'll have Genesis 12:1-3, Revelation 14:6. So that's just a simple breakdown of how that works. And what's really nice about this Bible as well, as he provides chronology, so the dates of when things are happening. So you see there AD 32, which is very helpful in studies. Back to the start real quick. I guess I rushed past this, but you got some blank papers here. You've got your presentation page, family records, children, marriages, grandchildren, and then you get into the Holy Bible, authorized King James. Like I said, this is from the KJV store. I highly recommend them. Very quality stuff. But then as you get back to the end of this Bible, like I said, it is red letter. And the red letter goes all the way, let's see, to the end of Revelation here, as you can see there. And the other cool thing about this is it tells you, you've got your page numbers down below, but then every page tells you what chapter the page starts on and the verse it starts on and the chapter and verse that the page ends on. And this is the same through all Scofield Bibles. So if you're listening to a pastor or somebody who uses this and they tell you to turn to a page, it's very convenient because they're all the same and you can be on the same page as they are. Then you've got the Scofield Study Bible, the index, subject references, which he's got here. Which is very extensive and nice. And then you get to, I haven't verified this and gone through it, but I believe it's the same as the long primer, the R.L. Allen's here. You've got the Dictionary of Scripture Proper Names, subject index, and a concordance. And they are very exhaustive, very helpful, very useful for studying, for topics. And then you get back to the Bible maps. Very nice Bible maps. They are on the cardstock. They're not glossy with a bright sheen or anything, which is my personal preference. I like that. They keep the maps out of the gutter, which is nice. A lot of Bibles that you see, they crowd everything into the gutter and you can't quite see half the stuff. And then you get some more cardstock. And I believe there were some note pages that I think I skipped here somewhere. Let's see here. Somewhere, I'm not seeing them for some reason. Anyways, there are note pages in here. Guess I should have marked it before I started this. But let's look at the wide margins here. So as you can see, there is not a wide margin in the middle, which I guess you could say true wide margins have that, which I don't mind. this way they don't have to sacrifice on size of the font or make the Bible too big to keep the size of the font. But you have the wide margin measurement. The inside you've got about 1/4 inch. The outside you've got 1.5 inches. The tops and bottoms are both 1 inch. So plenty of room for cross references, little notes. Obviously this is not a note taker's Bible. It is a wide margin though. And it's more than plenty for what I would need to use it for. But this is just a simple look and overview at the KJV wide margin study Bible, classic study Bible, CI Scofield notes. So like I said, I was going to compare these with some Bibles that I have. So let's throw these in here so you can see. So we'll start with the Schuyler Canterbury. See here, goat skins are very close to being similar. You can see here too that really this Scofield is not that much bigger. It's roughly about the same. It just looks bigger because of the full yap. So very similar to the KJV Canterbury. Let's get to size difference in font and text. So you can see here you've got an 11-point versus a 9-point font. See if we can do this up closer. So this is definitely better for people that struggle seeing smaller font. Like I said, this is not small though. This is very legible, very nice to read. So that's this KJV Canterbury. We've got the Church Bible Publishers Water Buffalo Grain, and this is a very, very thick piece of leather. As you can see here, some of the comparisons. This is the Thompson Chain Reference Bible, so it's a very big, thick Bible. Some size differences there. It is a little bigger. And then we've got the R.L. Allen Long Primer 63 here, which you can see. And this is the Highland Goatskin, which you can see there's a lot more grain pattern to it. Out of all of them though, the feel of this goatskin leather is amazing. It feels so good in the hand. It's soft, but got just enough texture. Very beautiful Bible. You can see here, the long primer is a bigger Bible. It is quite a bit thicker as well. I'll show you the text block in here. I believe this is a 10-point font versus the 9-point font. Pretty similar. The other thing I do like about this study Bible as well is a lot of Bibles will do the pilcrows to mark the start of a subject and, to end it and start the second one. In here, he does subject headings, as you can see here, which I honestly really like. And then he also provides scripture references, cross references for each of them as well. So you can compare them through the Synoptic Gospels and elsewhere through the Bible. But anyway, this is just a quick overview of the KJV Wide Margin Study Bible with the CI Scofield notes. You can find this Bible exclusively at thekjvstore.com. I'll leave the link in the description. Yeah, it's a very beautiful Bible. I'm very excited to start using it. Check them out if you haven't already. God bless.